Welcome to the final part 11, where I taste through the Cune portfolio wine with their brand ambassador. Let's get to it.
And then last, it's Martinet Brew from DOC Priorat. So the winery is Martinet, as I was saying. The Pérez Ovejero family is one of the families that founded the Priorat region in the 60s. They have one of the clos, so Clos Martinet. It's their clos, and they have some other higher. Also, El Escurson, Camille de Pesorel, like really small premium wines, and this is kind of like their like introduction to the state.
Okay.
So they never to the state, like to the winery, and introduction to the region.
Okay.
So it is a Garnacha. It has a little bit of Shiraz, a little bit of Merlot, a little bit of Carignana. It is aged in oak. It is 100% DOC Priorat, but it comes from a single plot that it's kind of like in the southern part of Priorat. So it's actually on flatter soil. So as you know, Priorat, it's, most of the region is located in very steep, deep hills.
Yes.
And all the vineyards are on terraces, which makes, labor very hard, and, like everything has to be done by hand. The fact that this is in flatter soil allows, for a little bit more easier managing and harvesting of this wine, so that allows them as well to have a more kind of like approachable price.
Yes.
This wine, as I said, it's closer to Monsanto, so it gets like all the climate from Monsanto, but it's on Licorella soil, which is that schist limestone that is so typical from Priorat. So it kind of like gets the best of both worlds.
Oh, this is very interesting. So at least this is what I'm getting out of the wine. This is the only one from the lineup where I'm getting a little bit of bread, Brettanomyces. I'm feeling there's definitely a little bit of barnyardy animal leather thing happening, which, by the way, I absolutely love. And I have actually went into long discussion with some other people who absolutely doesn't like bread. Bread is one of those things that either you love it or you don't. Some people can't stand it at all. Some people love it. I actually love it. So I think it adds a little more of that earthiness, that animalistic, that just rough, like kind of that manly, like whenever I smell a wine that has bread in there, it just makes me want to like pretend to be a cowboy, put on a hat, ride a horse, and and do all that kind of stuff. It's just a very big. I want to go camping with that wine and over an open fire and grill some buffalo beef or something like that. But it's just a touch too. It's not like overboard in any mean, because I do understand that some people don't like bread because they're like, it's too overpowering. There are certain cases that it could be, but not with this wine. It's just a touch to it, and to me, I feel like whenever you have wine with just the right touch of bread, it adds that savoriness, that umami flavor in the finish, which I love because I'm a umami like addict essentially. I just love like my mushrooms and stuff like that, and this is very satisfying. So I thought that was really fun.
It's one of the wines that I'm like drinking the most from the portfolio right now. Like enjoying, this wine very, very much lately.
Yeah, seriously, because if you just love that umami feeling, it coats you all the way through your tongue with that savoriness. And if you like that, like me, it's just so satisfying. It's so weighty. It's just like it sits on your tongue, but not the same way as like sugar or alcohol or tannin sits. It's a umami flavor. It's like so hard to explain, but absolutely beautiful. I love this. Thank you so much. Wow, this is beautiful. And I'm assuming this is the entire lineup we have from you today. Correct? Yes. I am so honored and so excited to have Lucia here today. She is the portfolio ambassador for all the Cune wine, and we got to spend a good amount of time. This is probably the most awesome part of my job, is to be able to taste the wines around the world and like meet with people who are passionate about wine and who know so much. I mean, these are information that I cannot research from the internet. Like, it only takes someone who's worked with the winery, the portfolio, the winery for a long time to tell me the cool things, like, hey, how the label or the name of the winery was actually misspelled by the designer, and they just roll with it, and all this cool stuff. Hey, if you love drinking wine and learn about the wine to drink, don't forget to subscribe to angiesound.com so you get all the updated videos just like this one, and you never miss any of the exclusive wine deal, say when we do get a few cases of these wines, so you will be in on the deal as well. So thank you very much for watching. Until next time.